Hi, I'm Mike Steinborn, a real estate agent with Century 21 in Kitchener. One of my specialties is helping people find a place to rent, and in the course of doing that, there are a number of issues that come up again and again where I realize that there's a lot of misunderstanding and confusion. One of these is the issue of pets. Many people believe that it's illegal for a landlord in Ontario to say that they don't want pets in a place they have up for rent, or to refuse an application from someone who has pets. Actually, it's not illegal at all. What the Residential Tenancies Act says is a provision in a tenancy agreement prohibiting the presence of animals in or about the residential complex is void. What this means is that if a landlord puts a clause prohibiting pets in a tenancy agreement, that clause is unenforceable by law. But there's nothing actually illegal about putting such a clause in, nor is it illegal for a landlord to say no pets in an ad for the property. In fact, a landlord can decline a rental application on the basis of a pet. This is because the Residential Tenancies Act doesn't cover individuals before they become tenants, so a landlord can refuse someone who is applying to rent with pets. However, if you get a pet after you move in, the landlord cannot force you to get rid of the pet or evict you for that reason, with some exceptions that I'll mention in a minute, because as a tenant you are now protected by the Residential Tenancies Act. However, you may damage your relationship with your landlord if you get a pet when he or she has already clearly indicated that they did not want pets on their property, and this could lead to other problems down the road. They may even find a legal way to terminate the lease agreement in an effort to get you out. Some people, of course, just lie on the rental application and say that they have no pets when in fact they do. Then, when they move in or shortly thereafter, they bring the pet or pets into their new home. This is a risky thing to do because the landlord can then apply to have them evicted on the grounds that they gave false information on the rental application form and thus obtained the rental property by fraud. There are a couple of situations, however, where a landlord can legally ask you to remove a pet from the premises and apply for an order to terminate your tenancy and evict you if you refuse to comply. For instance, in a condominium residence, where the condominium declaration, which is a legal document, contains an enforceable no-pet provision, or if your pet's behavior prevents other residents of the property from reasonably enjoying their place, like a dog barking too much or too loudly. Also, if your pet causes damage to the property, causes a serious allergic reaction in other residents, or is inherently dangerous or has caused harm to another resident or visitor. In short, if you're looking for a place to rent and you have a pet, or you're planning to get one in the near future, first check out the properties where the landlord has clearly indicated that they already accept pets. If a landlord is hesitant about allowing pets, or if you find a place you'd really like to rent where the landlord has said no pets, there are several things you can try. First of all, have the landlord meet your pets in your current home to demonstrate that they do not cause damage or excessive disturbance. Secondly, add a clause to the tenancy agreement saying that you will be responsible for any damage to the premises caused by your pet, and you will clean, repair, or replace whatever is necessary in the event that happens. Of course, you'll have to follow through on that if it does happen. And finally, offer to pay an extra deposit for potential pet damage. The landlord is prohibited by law from asking for this, but if you offer it, he or she can accept it. Steps like these will often ease a landlord's concerns, and they may then allow you to rent their property along with your pet. Got a question or a comment about this topic? Just write it in the comment section below. Do you have questions about other rental issues or topics you'd like to see addressed? I'd be happy to hear from you. In the meantime, please subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more informative and helpful videos on rental issues. Bye-bye for now.